Hi there, this is Geoff from Geoffmobile.com. I'm with you in Vancouver, BC, Canada. We're outside the Queen Elizabeth Theatre in downtown Vancouver, and we're going to be going in to see production by Vancouver Opera of Tea, A Mirror of Soul. Fantastic opera blending West and Eastern cultures, and also with the music by award-winning Chinese composer Tan Dun. Looking forward to seeing this production today. We're going to be featuring an interview with one of their staff as well, and I'll give you my impressions of the show after the show. So welcome, and thanks a lot for checking out Geoffmobile.com. I'm here with Selina R from the Vancouver Opera. Really excited, and we've just seen the first half. So thank you so much for having us here. What is the main reason why the opera chose to have Tea, A Mirror of Soul shown in this season?
Well, it's a very innovative opera. It has lots of very interesting sounds. This is the Canadian premiere, so we are the first opera company in Canada to perform this. And it's just something very innovative and different. Tan Dun is a very respected and interesting composer. And we thought this would be something that Canadian and Vancouver audiences should see.
I noticed that there were some very interesting instruments being used, such as the water, the rhythmic tapping of the water and the sounds of the water rustling, as well as the opening they had. The percussionist come through the audience with a very interesting stringed instrument. Can you describe what were those instruments?
Those in particular, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of, but all of the instrumentation is influenced by Tan Dun's childhood. He grew up in a village in China, and while he was there, he was influenced greatly by the sounds of the environment, the sounds that the shaman in the village, the instruments that they would use. So the first act is themed on water, and so you saw the water bowls and the percussion of that. The second act, which you'll see after the intermission, is themed on paper, and the third act is themed on stone. So each of those themes, it will be very obvious that you'll see those.
I'm also fascinated by the costumes that were used. Are they influenced by Japanese or Chinese traditions, or what's the influence for the costumes?
Costume designer is Japanese, but the costumes as well as the entire opera is very much a combination of Japanese and Chinese aesthetic. So you see that, of course, Seikyo, the Japanese prince, is wearing traditional Japanese-influenced costumes, whereas the Chinese characters are wearing more Chinese. But there's also a lot of bright colors and interesting shapes that are very much non-traditional, but sort of add to that opera being a very different time and place from where we are now.
It seems like a very interesting story. Can you describe a bit of what happens in the story?
Oh, okay. It's a little complicated because it is opera, but the basic story is it is a search for the Book of Tea. And the Book of Tea has many meanings. It is a map of the human soul. So Prince Seikyo comes to the Emperor's castle to marry Princess Lan. Lan's brother, the prince, is jealous. And during the conversation, a prince from Persia comes to the Emperor's castle demanding or asking for the Book of Tea. He's willing to pay 1,000 horses to get this book. So the prince says, I have the book. Seikyo says, no, your book is a fraud. That is not the real book. So there's a bit of an argument, and the prince says that he will kill himself if he is wrong. And Seikyo says, well, if I'm wrong, you can kill me. So by the end of the act, Seikyo says that he will go and find the real Book of Tea. And so he goes off with Princess Lan to find the real Book of Tea. And of course, Lan is conflicted because it is her brother and her lover whose lives are on the line for this search for the book. I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end, though.
Well, thanks a lot, Selina. This has been wonderful. Really enjoyed the show so far, and thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me today for Geoffmobile.com. I look forward to coming to more productions of Vancouver Opera in the future too, so I'm really a big supporter of what you're doing here in the arts in Vancouver. So thanks again for having me.
Thank you for coming. Enjoy it.
Just came out of the performance of Tea, A Mirror of Soul. It was a really fantastic show. I thought going into it that I would be a bit confused about the story, but I found it was incredibly easy to follow and very cinematic in nature. So the composer Tan Dun has also done a lot of film composing. He did the score for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, so it was fantastic. And I found the use of costumes and beautiful singing was fantastic in this opera. So if you're in Vancouver, please take advantage of the amazing artistic community that you have in town to visit Vancouver Opera and see their upcoming performance, whatever time it is in Vancouver. Check out their website, Vancouver Opera, on the internet. And with that, signing off from Vancouver, BC, Canada, this is Geoff from Geoffmobile.com. I'll talk to you all later. If for more videos of Vancouver, please click the subscribe button below. And I look forward to seeing you more on my channel. And also visit Geoffmobile.com. Special thanks to the Vancouver Opera staff for giving me this opportunity to visit Vancouver Opera's production of Tea, a Mirror of Soul. And I wish you all the best. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.